Alright, what's going on, guys? Yes, Fortminorproject back at it again in here for another episode of Pro Wrestling Today for you guys for today. And basically going to be talking about a couple of things with Paige's injury and possible retirement. Not only that, a couple of things that have been going on with Impact Wrestling and so on and so forth. So without further ado, going to get right into this latest episode for Pro Wrestling Today. It's been a little while, so that being said, I'll start things off with Paige. And for those of you, I'm sure know by now, since everybody's talking about it, see it all over Twitter, Facebook, and everything else, including right here on YouTube, basically about Paige and possibly retiring early, which sucks because I know she's basically like my age, since I'm basically, well, 28 and gonna be 29 this year, and she's like in her 20s too, so that's pretty crazy. I'll be seeing injuries, you know, a lot lately, not only in wrestling but basically in sports and everything else. But with this is insane, and I'm not ready for another retirement speech and a retirement overall. And we've seen injuries basically end people's careers early, like for Edge's, which was insane in itself, his career basically being cut short, and a couple other people like Stone Cold and guys like that, which has been, you know, sad to see, definitely for sure, and you don't want to see that. And the fact too now that Sasha Banks is being blamed and all this, that, and the other, which is really stupid. She doesn't really deserve that when they're in there actually wrestling and actually trying to protect themselves and others. So, you know, the blame isn't really needed, and it's stupid in itself. So we'll see what happens with that. I've been seeing a lot of videos and stuff like that, including from the Paige guy, Mr. Raphael the Duke, and everything. So hopefully it really doesn't come down to this. Maybe she'll just rest up and stuff like that. But if it is a retirement, then we'll see what's going to be happening with Absolution now, with Sonya Deville and actually Mandy Rose. Will they be going back to NXT? Will they stay on the roster and do other stuff? Will Paige actually be a manager to them for Absolution now? So I'm not too really sure on what else is going to be happening out of this. And I know the injury basically occurred at a live event in Long Island. So, you know, there's a lot to really be seen and what's going to be happening there, and a lot of questions basically to be out there and to see what else is going to be happening. But if it is legit, which it seems to be, I thank Paige for everything that she's done. I got to see her live quite a few times, I believe, especially too when SmackDown came out here. I believe she was at least on one of the episodes, if I'm not mistaken. So I know I did get to see her quite a few times, especially at the house show that they came out here for and everything. So yeah, I definitely thank her for everything that she's done. I know she has a movie still being filmed. I know The Rock was dealing with that and everything, so I don't know how things are going to be going with the movie now. How things are going to be changed with that. So yeah, a lot of questions to really be going with that. But with that said, I will say this. Thank you, Paige, if it is actually a legit retirement. So hopefully that does not happen, but if it is, I do thank Paige for everything that she's done. And getting into the next thing that I do have from Impact Wrestling, where we had a couple of releases where we had James Storm. I know he was basically looking to be let go and everything, so maybe we get to see him back in WWE in NXT maybe, but I like to see him on the main roster. That'd be pretty cool to see where things go for him, and maybe we'll get to see him in the Royal Rumble perhaps. That remains to be seen. And Ethan Carter the third, yes, looking to be gone from Impact, and basically as a spoiler alert on that, if you will, at the latest Impact Wrestling tapings with the Feast of Fire. So yeah, that'd be pretty interesting to see Ethan Carter himself back in WWE, so we'll see. Then of course we're getting into Impact Wrestling. I know they'll be having some new championships and designs and stuff like that. I know they got rid of the Grand Championship from what I'm hearing and everything else, so didn't really care for that one, basically having like 3-minute rounds and stuff, and it wasn't really needed, wasn't really that great or special if you ask me. I mean, the title itself looked cool, but the whole thing behind it and everything, and the rules I didn't really care for. So there's a lot of changes definitely going for Impact, and it has been hit or miss. We'll see what the rest of 2018 brings, so we'll have to wait and see when it comes to it. So yeah, that basically does it for this episode of Pro Wrestling Today. What are your thoughts on everything for Paige's possible early retirement to Impact Wrestling with some of the releases, and who do you think might come to WWE? What do you think they're going to be doing? Maybe they'll go somewhere else, maybe Ring of Honor or something else like that. And of course the new championship designs, and basically the whole change with Impact Wrestling as a whole, kind of in a way going back to how things should be and everything else in between. So until then, let's discuss that in the comment box, and we'll keep the discussion going. Until then, I'll catch you guys not only in another episode of Pro Wrestling Today, but in another video, whatever the hell that next video may be. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your week and everything else in between, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya. Peace.